Hello everybody, I'm Kat, and today I'm going to be sharing with you some of the series that I have yet to finish. The books on this list are series that I eventually hope to finally finish. I do plan on finishing the series in this list as of right now. Things may change in the future, but as of today, I would really like to finish all of these series. So without further ado, I'm going to show you the top 10 series that I would like to finish. The very first series I'm going to mention is, I almost call it the Mark of Athena series. The Heroes of Olympus series by Rick Riordan. This is the spin-off series to the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series, and I have yet to read it. I'm holding up the Mark of Athena, which is the third book in the series, because this is the book that I need to read next in the series. I have read the first two books. I have 2 issues with this series so far that I think is causing me to procrastinate finishing it. The first reason being, these books are massive. Compared to the Percy Jackson series, these books are just humongous. The other reason is the fact that I have not been a huge fan of the first 2 books in this series. I've liked them, but they haven't been necessarily my favorites. I've heard good things about the later books in this series, so I'm hoping that I will grow to like them more. The next series I really want to finish is the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. Now, I know this series has its issues, but I still really enjoyed book 1, and I would like to continue on with reading it. This is book 4, Queen of Shadows, which is the next book in the series that I have yet to read. I think before I start reading this, I would like to reread the first 3 books because, to be honest, I don't remember much from them at all, and I feel like jumping into this huge book would make me realize how much I've forgotten. The next series is the Shatter Me trilogy. Actually, it's no longer a trilogy. Why did I say that? The Shatter Me series by Tahereh Mafi. This is book 2, Unravel Me. I read book 1 back in March, and I really liked it. I actually have a full spoiler-free review on it, and I don't know why I haven't picked up book 2 yet. Book 1 was very entertaining, and I was very surprised at how much I enjoyed it. I don't even know why I haven't picked this one up yet. The next series I have yet to finish is the Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. That is a mouthful. The very first review I ever filmed on this channel was for Miss Peregrine. I read it because the movie was coming out, and I bought the entire trilogy, and I have yet to read books 2 and 3. I really enjoyed book 1 a lot more than I thought I would, and I really liked the characters, and I would love to revisit them. So maybe now that fall is coming up here shortly, I will read it because this is a very fall / Halloween type book. The next book I'm going to talk about is one that was one of my most anticipated releases of, I think 2017 was when it was released. It is the last book in a series, so I really have no excuse. But recently the movie came out for the first book, so I figured I should probably finally finish this series, and that is the Lara Jean trilogy. This is the 3rd book, Always and Forever Lara Jean. If you don't know, To All the Boys I Loved Before, which is the first book in this series, has recently become a movie on Netflix, and I watched it and I loved it, and I really want to read this book now, so I will probably add it to my currently reading list here soon. The next book is another final book in a series, and this is one that I have greatly procrastinated because of the size and the audiobook length. And this book is Winter by Marissa Meyer. This is the final book in the Lunar Chronicles. It's over 800 pages. That's really why I haven't read it yet. That, and I also have heard it's not as good as the other 3 books, and I love the other 3 books. I'm a little hesitant to get into it. I've started listening to the audiobook, kind of, but the audiobook is like 24 hours long. I don't know how fast I can finish it. It's massive, and that is literally the only reason why I haven't finished it yet. The next book series I have here is the Iron Trial series by Cassandra Clare and Holly Black. This is book 2, The Copper Gauntlet. I read the Iron Trial like 3 or 4 years ago now. Has it really been that long? And I liked it. There were parts that I wasn't a huge fan of, but overall, I think I gave it like 3.5, maybe 4 stars. Like, it was pretty good, but, you know, not my favorite Cassandra Clare and Holly Black book. And like, there's a part of me that really wants to know what happens to these characters. And also, these books are extremely short. I know I can finish them really quickly, but for some reason, I just haven't. The next book is a final book in a duology, and that is Wayfarer by Alexandra Bracken. It's the sequel to Passenger. I don't really talk about this duology much on my channel, but when I read Passenger, I was kind of disappointed by it because everyone hyped it up, and then I read it and I'm like, it's a 3-star book. So it was disappointing in a sense, but at the same time, I liked it enough that I am wanting to finish this duology. I've actually heard that the sequel is a lot better than the first book, so fingers crossed that it is. The next book I have here, or the next series I have here, is the Illuminae Files by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. This is the 3rd book called Obsidian, and once again, I have no idea why I haven't read this yet. It's one of my most anticipated releases of the year. I absolutely love the first 2 books in this series. I know that I'm going to be blown away by this book when I read it. Plus, I really like the audiobooks for this series, so I know for sure I will definitely be partially listening to the audiobook for this one. Okay, and the last series that I have here should not come as a surprise to you all because I've been talking about the series a lot recently on my channel. I can finish this book in a day. Like, I know for a fact I can do that. Anyway, this book is Paper Girls Volume 4. I've talked about it a lot on my channel recently, so I'm not going to say much here, but I love this series so much and I really need to get caught up with it. Alright, and that is it for this video. Let me know down below if you've read any of these series or if you also have yet to read these series because I would love to know. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I post videos every Thursday and I will see you in the next one. Bye!